Hey, how you doing today? Bob Folks here for the Gilly Galoo. Just in the store here today doing a few things, so there might be some background noises, some stuff happening, but that's okay too. I wanted to carry on talking about our winter birds, or winter finches particularly, but all of the other birds that are exiting the boreal forest this year also. And one of the real beauties that we're seeing quite a few of here in Eastern Ontario over the last little while, we're coming into the end of October, starting the first part of November, we should start to see larger numbers hopefully as the fall and we become more into winter, and that's the Evening Grosbeak. Very common large flock bird that has declined in numbers drastically over the last number of years, 10 to 20, let's say. People have notably seen a difference, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and we wanted to touch on a bit of that and kind of showcase the bird itself. But predominantly in the boreal forest area is where they nest and live. They were a western bird actually until into the late 1800s, early 1900s, and then they started nesting east of the Great Lakes or east of Georgian Bay areas and stuff as habitat became available for them. So there we go. When you have proper habitat, you get variety of different things, so it's very important that we always talk about that in our yards and what have you. So they've started nesting here, but one of the reasons for the decline is loss of habitat, of course. As we expand, humans expand into their areas, they're losing out. There's some habitat destruction that's taking place also within the forestry and the natural gas and oil refinery business has displaced a large number of birds. But inside the forestry industry, particularly the softwood industry with spruce and soft maple, is a lot of what they eat, particularly the spruce budworms, is a large part of what their diet, and they feed their young. So if you think about them being on the nest, their spruce budworm that they want to feed their young is being eliminated by the use of pesticides. Again, we come back to pesticides. Man trying to control what nature will control if you just let it. And we're trying to mass produce in the logging industry. I get, the whole thing about progression and production and what have you, but spraying for spruce budworm has been a big factor in the decline of this beautiful bird. This is a picture of a male here, a beautiful male here. You can always tell the male. They're a little different in color, of course, a little more vibrant, but the eyebrow right here over the top here, that depicts the male of the species. And they'll come in large numbers to your feeder, and there's often their call is they're very, very vocal when they show up at the feeder. If you happen to be outside and you hear a lot of that going on in the tree, take a step back and they'll certainly be there onto your feeders. And one of the other, so the type of feeder then that also works well for them is a fly-through feeder. Like we have this covered bridge that we have in behind us here. There's lots of space for them to go in. Any of your bigger tray feeders or bigger hopper feeders and things that they will enjoy because they come in some numbers. And so some of the ranges that they are in here. So the darker purple that you see there on this range map is their year-round area. And then the lighter blue coming down into the Great Lakes area there is their uncommon area. In between there is a little bit of a breeding range there as well that's kind of right in here. There's a little difference in color there, and that's a large area where they will go to as well. And so we should see some bigger numbers of those, and people are reporting those numbers to be up quite a bit right at the moment actually. So that's really cool. I love seeing these guys. They're a great bird. There's the female there. You can see a little bit of difference of the colors. Fantastic bird to have around. And again, the male with the eyebrow right on the top. It's a great bird to have in your yard. Keep your feeders filled up, create some habitat, and reduce the use of pesticides, and we should be in good shape. Have yourself a great day, and thanks for stopping by.